Hey guys, welcome back to Low RC. This is Jason, and today on the bench I've got the FMS FCX18 and the Traxxas trx4m Defender. And this is the Fair RC modded edition of the FMS LC80, the FCX18. This is the brushless version. Fair RC, basically what they do is they give it a repaint, put some custom graphics on it. It comes with the bead locks, wheels, and tires. It's got a real bead lock and spare tire on the back. Really nice truck. And I'm going to do a little comparison between these two. I did a similar video between the big brother of the FCX18. This is the FCX10 from Fair RC. And I'm going to compare these two based on value for what you get for your money. And this truck right here comes in at $240 from Fair RC. So it's not that much more expensive than the brushless FCX18 is from FMS, and you get quite a few upgrades with it. Like I said, it's the bead locks, wheels, and tires. Comes with a couple different bumpers, and the updated body. Just an awesome looking paint job and graphics on this one. But we're going to compare these today. And the Traxxas, of course, comes in at $180 box stock. But we're going to see what these two trucks have in them and what it would cost to get this Traxxas up to all the features that the FMS has. And here is the big brother of the trx4m. This is the trx4 Defender right here, and it's running on tracks. It's already for winter time here in Ohio. But let's go ahead and get started here. Like I said, 240, 180. That is our starting point. So first we're going to talk about bearings. The FCX18 comes with bearings right out of the box. Don't have to upgrade a thing. The trx4m does not come with bearings out of the box. It comes with the bronze bushings or plastic bushings. I think they're bronze, like the oil light bushings. But to start with, if you wanted to add the bearings to your trx4m, that's going to add $14. Next, we're going to go with the gears. The front and rear diffs in the FCX18 come with metal gears. So does the transmission, but we're going to talk about the transmission a little later. trx4m, plastic gears in all the axles. So if you wanted to add the metal gears to your trx4m, that gear set is $10. Now on to the transmission. FCX18 comes with a very usable 2-speed transmission. And here, I'll show you that real quick here. Nice and slow. And then it's got the, oops, I just turned the lights off. But you can shift it to high gear, and it is very peppy in high gear. It is a very, very usable 2-speed and does a fantastic job. Now the trx4m, Traxxas does sell a 2-speed for it. You can add that 2-speed for $50 because out of the box it comes with a single speed. The crawler gear does not have any wheel speed. If you want to select the crawler gear to upgrade your transmission, and the gear that it comes with is not very good at crawling. So even with that Traxxas 2-speed transmission, I do not believe you can shift that by remote, at least not the Traxxas remote that it comes with. You have to actually manually select first and second gear on your transmission. But like I said, that's going to add another $50 if you want to add a 2-speed. Now the big difference between these two, this one is brushless. This one has a brushed motor. Now, I've upgraded this trx4m here. It is not stock anymore. This has got a Injora aluminum gearbox and motor and a bunch of different links, but I am treating this as if it was a box stock trx4m Defender. But the motor in this, if you want to add the Traxxas brushless motor for this is where the cost is going to start getting pretty steep. The brushless system from Traxxas is $120, which comes with the receiver that you can bind to your stock radio, and that will allow you to still use your radio. There's a lot of cheaper options with brushless motors for this, but you would also have to switch to a different radio. But there's $120 to add brushless. This one comes with brushless. Now on to the lights. The FMS comes with the light kit right out of the box. You can control it from the transmitter. Got our light bar on the top, our headlights. Now, one little thing that's a little weird with this, which is an easy fix, you can plug it into a different port, but the brake lights actually come on with reverse. But if you just wanted brake lights on constantly, you just take that wire out and plug it into a different port on the light controller. But still, awesome looking light kit for this truck right out of the box. And for some reason I was thinking it had turn signals, but maybe it doesn't. Well, if it doesn't, I am totally okay with that. Now, I will show you that if you turn off the transmitter, it turns on the hazard lights for you, which is really cool. And I don't know why it would have hazard lights in there that don't have a function with the remote on. But, oh well. I really haven't looked at a lot of details of this thing yet. But on with the trx4m. It does not come with the light kit. It does come with a couple bumper lights in it. But the full light kit out of the box, you have to add that separately. And that's going to cost you $25 for the Traxxas Pro Scale light kit. Let's see here. Wheels and tires. This comes with the Traxxas. I think these are like a stamped steel beadlock. Comes with the Traxxas Mud Pro X tires. These are really nice, gooey, sticky tires. It also comes with one for a spare on the rear. These tires seem to perform pretty well in our first run, but really nice that they come out of the box with that. Now the trx4m, I do not have the stock tires on there. These are some Endura tires in brass beadlocks, but if you were to add these to the trx4m, which you would probably want to do, the trx4m just comes with plastic wheels, and the tires aren't even glued on. They're just kind of stuck on the rims. But wheels and tires probably going to run you about $40 for the trx4m. So now we will move on to the underside of these vehicles, and let's see what we got here. Again, I've got some extra upgrades on this Traxxas, but the FMS comes standard with the drag link, the steering link, and the lower links are all metal right out of the box. Now these drive shafts, I believe, are still plastic, but so far they've held up to the brushless system pretty well. They do have steel pins in them, which makes them a little more durable. It does have the portal axles. Now, I'm not going to knock Traxxas for not having portal axles on that. This is kind of a preference thing. You can add portal axles. We're not going to add that to the cost because I'm fine with the straight axles on the Traxxas. But metal links does not come with metal links out of the box. I've added these. It just comes with the plastic drive shafts, plastic links, plastic steering link as well. But that's quite a bit of extra cost. It's going to cost you to upgrade this to these links. Now let's flip these back over. Take a look at them. Now let's see what our lower links are going to cost you. About $19, and the steering link is going to cost you about $12. So now let's start tallying up all the parts. Here's our $240 FMS. Here's our $180 Traxxas. And before I tally this up, just want to let you guys know, I do love this Traxxas trx4m. This is such a good looking little truck, and I really don't have a lot of complaints about it. It wasn't bad out of the box, even with all its stock and plastic parts, but you will need to, you're going to break some drive shafts, and there's some things, especially if you switch to a crawler gear, you're going to want to do some upgrades, and it's a little top heavy. This one's probably a little more stable right out of the box. Wheelbase on these two is pretty much identical. The FMS is just a touch wider than the Traxxas is. Let's tally up our cost on this TRX4M here and see what it's going to take to bring it up to all the features that the FMS has. Let's start with the truck at $180. We're going to add the bearings at $14. We're going to add the metal gear set for the differentials at $10. We're going to add a 2-speed transmission at $50. We're going to add a brushless motor system at $120. A light kit at $25. Wheels and tires at $40. Lower links at $19. And a steering link at $12. And that's going to bring us up to a grand total of $470 for a TRX4M that pretty much has the same features as the Fair RC FMS FCX18. But like I said, I am not doing this video to bash the TRX4M. I do love this truck. I'm going to continue to drive and enjoy this truck. But this is just a really nice value for what you get, and it performs really well. I forgot to talk about the shocks. It does have metal-bodied, oil-filled shocks on the FMS. The Traxxas shocks are fine. They're plastic-bodied, but they are oil-filled, and they do just fine. But really, really nice little trucks here. Great value. Still, once you put a lot of parts into it, this is a great little truck as well. But just a little side-by-side comparison of these two. And if you want to see them on the trail together, let me know in the comments, and I will do a video on that. So if you like this sort of content, make sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.